Mic checks echo, I'm the sound of the brawl. Canvas creaks, flesh slaps, bodies rise and fall. Steel cage dreams, no escape. All pain, blood stains mixed with the sweat and the chain. Adrenaline surging my veins, spit fire. Crowd chants feeding my soul's desire. Turnbuckles tremble when my wrath collides. Glory's the belt and I'm taking the pride. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Pyros ignite, shadows dance in the glow. Ringside roar, it's a gladiator show. Chokeholds tighter than the grip of the night. Climbing the ropes to new championship heights. The mat's a battlefield, no room for doubt. Every move calculated, every scream a shout. The bell tolls louder than a sinner's regret. This is the place where the bold never forget. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Boom. The squared circle where legends collide. Boom. No mercy, just a wild ride. Boom. Like flash, fist clash, can't resist. Boom. The squared circle digest. Circle Digest!
We are live. It is the Squared Circle Digest. I am Sean Stanley. That is the great Frankie Fresco. We join you here on this Thursday, I believe it is now. Yes, Thursday, because I am working overnights and I have no clue of what day it is. But the great Frankie Fresco is by my side, so all is saved. Frankie, how's the week been, man?
Man, we're going, man. We're going. It's been busy for a lot of stuff going on. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm gonna be able to sell my World Cup tickets for Saturday. So I guess your boy Frankie Fresco will be attending the third place game over there in Miami. I got until like early tomorrow morning to see if I could sell them. If I can't sell them, then you'll see me out there. I will be going out there.
If you want any tickets, there it is. Just reach out to Frankie Fresco.
No, they are pricey. I am selling them.
No, I'm not saying you're giving them away, but you can reach out and see if the price is there. So the price is the price, but there are tickets available if you're watching or listening, or somebody that may needs tickets. Your boy Frankie Fresco, as always, got the hookup.
Yeah, I mean, I paid quite a few bucks for it, so at least I gotta make something in return. So hit me up if you're interested and make me an offer, and then most likely I'll probably say sure if it's worth the amount. Yeah, sure, why not? Why not? Right? And Sean, right before we start, man, you're in a different angle. What's going on, sir?
I am. I had to move around, with the new job and everything. I've got to be able to come in. My office is the back door as well, so now I get in and out very easily. So that has been a very good thing for me. And Frankie Fresco, I just want to let you know, I believe you should be up now on X.
I sure hope. Well, if we're not, then no, we are. Oh wow, there you go. I'm so well, maybe I don't know. It's all good though. If you're not following,
I had to stop it and restart it, so that's what I was doing. So as I was listening to you, and me, Papa is in, and no doubt, of course, the great Spencer O'Neill on the YouTube streets once again.
Of course, no doubt, definitely out there. I'm just waiting for No Doubt to say a slick comment to the both of us.
It'll come. No,
eventually, you know how he is. All right, well, let's go ahead and talk a little bit. Let's talk some wrestling, right? Well, we don't got too much time. We kind of are in crunch time because of me, unfortunately. But
yeah, me too.
But we'll go as much as close as possible to maybe be an hour, maybe hour 15 minutes to kind of end the show quick. All right, so wrestling topics for tonight. So Sean Stanley, we have two big events going on right now. We have two big matches. Of course, on Monday night we had, for the first time out of like 29 different times we've seen Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns go after each other. So this is nothing new. This is something that WWE has always given us over and over. Just they try to do a little spin to it. And if you kind of look at it, it's kind of similar to what we got when Roman went against CM Punk. Your first interaction, just different, obviously, shots being taken to each one. Let me ask you, sir, do you like it? Do you think that they sold SummerSlam for us? And what do you expect when it comes to those two moving forward as we lead up to SummerSlam?
I mean, the story is to me, I don't understand why they think they need to always spice. There's a story that's been brewing for these guys' whole career in WWE. They debuted together. They were brothers. Seth turned on them. And it feels like, again, the way TKO, and since like WWE didn't exist until TKO took over. Everything that happened before BTKO, yeah, that wasn't. We're not gonna. It just feels like what are we doing? Why are we doing it? But I expect, again, both of these guys are going to deliver. I mean, it's very interesting to see. Again, I don't think Seth wins. I just don't see them taking the title off Roman. That's the problem I have right now with WWE is everything seems to be so predictable because, unfortunately, I think Roman puts butts in the seats more than Seth puts butts in the seats. So the title will stay on Roman for as long as that is the answer, I think, with the way everything is working with TKO. It's all about the money. So, honestly, I don't even know if the story matters because ultimately I think the decision's already made. It's going to be Roman. And then we'll go down that path to whether it's Oba next. And then is Oba the guy that can put butts in the seats over Roman? Like, that's going to be the interesting thing because Oba's hot. But once you get the title put on you, everything is about you.
Yeah.
Don't know if the Oba attraction is something that can get worn out on, I guess, is the thing that I wonder. But ultimately, look, I think these guys are doing their best with what they're given and an opportunity to do. And I expect both of them to perform and keep doing their thing. But, I mean, the problem I have is I don't think there's any predictability. It's going to be Roman winning no matter how good the buildup is. I think it'll be a great match, but ultimately I think Roman leaves SummerSlam because he puts butts in the seats.
Here's my issue with this whole situation, and shout out to my brother out there, Nico. I see you on the chat board as well.
Yes.
Sorry I couldn't play some FIFA. He hit me up like right before we got on, and he's like, "You want to play some FIFA?" And I was like, "No, unfortunately, I gotta do the wrestling podcast. Then I gotta go DJ. That's where we're kind of in a crunch time here." But, Sean, I'm tired. I'm tired of seeing the same goddamn stuff all over again. This is the exact same thing that happened when we had
the same stuff, Frankie, but the same stuff going down the same way.
Yes,
and Roman's keeping that's the go ahead.
Continue. And here's the frustration because we want to see something new, or at least I guess you and me want to see something new. Where does creativity come from? Where is it? We don't see it. We just see the same stuff over and over again. We had the same thing with CM Punk, a contract signing. All of a sudden, Seth and CM Punk and Roman went one-on-one on it. They took shots at each other. CM Punk, if I'm not mistaken, threw Seth through a table. Roman. And then Roman got CM Punk back and attacked him as well, and they went back and forth. This is the same thing, but now it's just Roman versus Seth instead of CM Punk. And here's where I feel the lack of creativity from WWE hurts the product. Why can't you just do something different? Look, man, there is so much history of the Shield. Why can't you do something different where, it makes it more interesting, where people want to see something different, where people want to actually get invested? And we're going to talk about ticket sales in a minute, but there's a reason why the fans, I think, are not invested in the product. Look, back in the day, Sean, and I chat GPT this, so I might be off, but again, this is mostly from what I think happened, because I used to watch wrestling when I was in the 90s, so I was a kid, but you probably seen a little bit more old school wrestling than me because you're a little bit older than me, but it would always be a promo. Then one attacks the other backstage. They have a tag team match. They have a sit down interview. They pull apart Brawl, and then it leads up to the pay per view. That's what ChatGPT pretty says it used to happen.
Give or take on certain ones, yeah.
Okay,
On the
cool.
high-profiled ones, definitely, and then some dragged out a little bit to where like Mankind would be taking on Stone Cold, say on a Raw, and Rock would interfere or something like that to interfere and go to where it strung it out long enough. But yes, in the gist of it, yes, that's about right.
Okay, so here's my thing. Why can't you bring some nostalgia to the feud, right? Why can't you go backstage probably when Roman Reigns is coming in and Seth Rollins starts effing with him in the sense of like putting photos or like as he's walking down the hallway, he sees a whole bunch of Shield stuff and you see Seth Rollins being creative with his mindset, with his strategy to, he has never beaten Seth Rollins. So play mind games with the guy. I know that's not Seth Rollins' typical thing to do when it comes
But
to
it
like.
is, though. If he's the visionary, you should have, that should be a strategy to get in
You know
somebody's
what?
head.
You know what? You know what? You just give me a good idea here. He's the visionary, right? He visions stuff, right? He sees things coming. So be creative with your stuff. I don't want to go ahead and see now again another face to face or go backstage and then I see them like duking and brawling each other and stuff like that. I've already seen that. Like it's just nothing that sells me where I'm like, man, damn, it's nice, it's cool. I want to actually, nothing's enticing me to go and say, hey, man, I gotta watch SummerSlam because hell yeah, man, this is something that I've never seen before, or they're selling me so good that I'm so invested. You don't see that. And again, here's also the issue sometimes. You have so much history between these two, and all you're giving us is just face to face. Like, come on, man. You could do more than that. You could give a lot more backdrop to what happened. Show us videos of the Shield back in the day. Show us certain things that you saw, certain turns. Show us all that stuff. That way people who have seen wrestling back then can remember and reminisce. And then also your new fans, your new people who are tuning in can be like, oh, okay, I understand the feud between these guys. It goes way back. It could actually make even some people want to tune into some of the old stuff and actually watch the old stuff that they used to do.
The one thing that hits me is, since they've done the bloodline thing, but again, I think this is a lot of TKO being like, that stuff doesn't exist since we weren't, at least my view of it with the way everything does. But here's the one thing that I would do if I was Seth. Okay. Because you know how Roman's doing the bloodline thing and they're my family and everything else. Remember, when Joe Anoa'i said he had leukemia, who was the family that was on the stage with him? It wasn't the bloodline. It was the Shield.
100%.
They were there. When he came back and he was out of remission and he was in remission, who was the family that was there? It wasn't the bloodline. It was the Shield. You know what I'm saying? Like every time something happened or went down, it was the Shield up until, again, TKO, the end of WWE, VKM's, when they took over the bloodline. And that's where I feel like the problem is they want everybody to forget the old Roman. They're so worried that, they're going to go back to thinking, that Roman, and they're now just giving us, the bloodline over and over and over. And again, I think TKO has a lot to do with this because my understanding is Ari Emanuel and the second guy in charge of TKO is also monitoring the creative. Now, how much pull they have in it, I don't know. But again, if they say something like, "Oh no, we're not doing that" or whatever, then what Triple H gonna say? No.
I mean, it's
okay, guys. We got to figure out and change it, and then we go back to this. And also, I think the funny thing is when we talk AEW, what do? We always talk about how they're so in tune to their base that they forget to placate to the casual fan.
True.
And to me, WWE is the exact opposite. They placate to the casual fan so much that sometimes they'll lose the hardcore WWE fan because as a fan, I fell in love with it because of the stories, because of the investment, because of all that. And now you're not giving me anything.
That's a
You're
very good
giving me
point.
3 week buildups on a feud that's like 10, 12 years in the making. And you're not even talking about the history. It just starts at WrestleMania 42 when he costs, like to me, it's they're really just worried about getting the casuals because the casuals will bring in the numbers. That's their thinking.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Question here.
Yep.
You mentioned AEW. So, a lot of us are either WWE fans, some of us are AEW fans, some of us watch both products.
Yep.
Obviously, in the WWE side, we got Roman and Seth. On the AEW side, on the other hand, you got another big pay-per-view where they're going with Kenny Omega all of a sudden versus Will Ospreay. If you tuned into yesterday, right, you saw that they started teasing us kind of the same way that Roman and Seth did, right? So you had two different. If you tune in on Monday, you'll see Seth and Roman. If you tuned in on Wednesday, you saw Kenny and Will Ospreay sprinkled with a little bit of this guy, the TNT champion. I forgot his name. Kevin Knight. There you go. So if you had to choose, sir, who do you think is selling better between the two?
It's tough, man. It's tough because I don't think that, again, I would have done it differently, even the way AEW is doing it. But I feel like WWE is going too much casual, or at least with AEW, they stick to their hardcore fans. So, and again, I know Roman and Seth are going to give you a great WWE match. But I know what's going to happen. At least I think I know what's going to happen with Kenny Omega and Will Ospreay, to where, as the other, I'm kind of looking more to that because of the aerial, the athleticism, the different stuff. To where I know Roman and Seth are going to tell a good story, a great story in the ring. But I know the WWE way. It's not going to be what you're going to get, the wildness you're going to get probably in that main event in Will Ospreay's home country. You know what I'm saying? Like, so for me, I think I'm probably looking more forward to Will and Kenny, just because not even the build. I mean, the build is the build, but like I feel like WWE has a way of their matches. If you watch WWE main event, you've probably seen most of the main events. You can just swap people in and out. You're going to get their moves. You're going to get a great story inside the ring from everything that's happened outside. You'll get that told inside the ring. With AEW matches, there's unpredictability. And sometimes the unpredictability makes it that much more exciting before it happens because the anticipation is there. Whereas I feel like I know what I'm going to get with Roman and Seth.
Will Ospreay mentioned last night that it was going to be, for all you Dragon Ball Z fans out there, Goku versus Vegeta, which would be amazing, right? Like, if you know Dragon Ball Z, I don't know, Sean, if you know too much about Dragon Ball Z. Yeah, man, you got to know a little bit about Dragon Ball Z. But those were the two heavy hitters over there, and everybody knows who those two guys are, except for Sean Stanley, of course.
Yeah, no.
But, I mean, I was just thinking, man, imagine if some way, somehow, you had those two as your SummerSlam or AEW main event. Like, it would be, everybody would want to watch it, right? You imagine you had Seth Rollins versus Roman Reigns, night 1, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay, night 2. Damn, that would be a hell. Now you're going to get the people in it. Unfortunately, they're two different wrestling products, two different wrestling organizations. So, unfortunate.
Two different wrestling strategies, too, that they put out.
Exactly. When it comes to what you just mentioned, I agree with you, man. I think what we're going to get with Roman and Seth is going to be a storyline, more and more history between those two guys, because there is history, even though there is history between Will Ospreay and Kenny Omega.
There is.
But I don't think AEW is going to sell us that, because a lot of people never watched it either. Like, and a lot of people never tuned in. It was probably all in New Japan as well, too.
As we said, they placate to the crazies, the AEW crazies, who know that history, so they don't feel they need to tell it. And that's where WWE, I think, sometimes waters it down so much that AEW is like, hey, if you get it, you get it. You don't, you don't. And that's kind of their mentality.
And then when you look at what we're gonna get in the ring, obviously we both agree what you just said that Seth and Roman are gonna do a great job in the ring. But come on,
No,
come
the
on, we
thing is,
know, we know.
all of the guys and gals are usually great inside the ropes with either company.
Yeah,
The problem is, WWE is more about selling the story in the ring, whereas AEW is about the oh shit moments.
100%.
And that's where sometimes it gets the difference happens to where, again, but the problem with the oh shit moments is it's great when it happens, but you don't hook usually the fans, a casual fan. You'll
Unfortunately,
hook a wrestling fan that maybe has been watching WWE and then goes to watch AEW and be like, oh man, yes, I like this. You'll hook that. But the casual wrestling fan, you won't hook with just oh shit moments the whole time because they want to, again, if I want to tune into an episodic TV show, I want to see and be entertained for the hour, 2 hours, whatever it is I'm watching. And sometimes that doesn't happen on either show. But WWE is more set up for episodic, whereas AEW is more set up for moments.
all right. Now that we gone ahead and kind of compared the two, right? We also want to go ahead and actually find out what's going on because these are the two biggest main events that are approaching. Obviously, there's a Saturday night main event. We got Redemption on the AEW side, but the biggest two shows we got on the WWE side is SummerSlam, and we got obviously All In for AEW.
Yes.
We're having an issue though, and the issue that's happening between the two companies is that they're struggling to sell tickets, Sean. As of right now, off of WrestleTix, this is us available tickets right now for SummerSlam. I'm trying to see if this is night 1 or night 2. I'm not sure, but they're saying that the current setup is 29,535, and they've distributed about 22,069 as we speak. I thought it was going to be a lot more tickets available for SummerSlam. Is that true? Is this the numbers correctly from WrestleTix? This is crazy.
No, that's what cracks me up though is they're like, oh, they're selling bad, but they still sold 22,000. I mean,
Well, compared to other
compared
ones,
to what other days, yes, I understand, but it's also look at the prices, man, the pricing, and then also, again, guys like me, I've really fallen out of love with the product. Like I don't have to watch it as much anymore because it doesn't do anything for me. It's great. It's okay. It's almost turned into baseball or something for me. Oh, you know what? I got nothing to do. Okay, it's on. Okay, I'll sit down and watch it.
okay.
If I got something else to do, I'm doing something else. And I think that's also, again, if I got to spend $1,000 on something, am I getting wrestling tickets
Yeah.
or am I going to do something else? And I think the answer that, and finally, wisely, thankfully, wrestling fans are finally understanding that they're not going to do anything to these ticket prices unless maybe we just finally don't show up.
Well, hold on a second, Sean, because now that my brother, who actually wrote Go Fish, #Marlins, WWE tickets are not that expensive to go to SummerSlam. It says that the cheapest ticket, standard admission to go to SummerSlam is $76.10, which is not bad.
You're sitting in the damn nosebleeds. You can sit.
You are, but you were sitting at the nosebleeds for WrestleMania, and it was $300-400. So they're not pricing it at least just to get in.
Again, the price has gone down, but still, are you paying $76 to sit at home? I mean, to sit in a place where you could have a better seat watching it from your home.
Well, no, I mean, unless you want to live the experience, you could say, "Hey, I actually was at SummerSlam." You get to.
To me, you have to have that oh shit match, and Roman Seth is a great match. But hey, you're gonna tell me this is a once in a lifetime? Okay, you don't fool me again like Rock Cena, right? Once in a lifetime. What happened? They got it the second time around, right? Again.
Well, that's what's hurt. I think that's what's hurting them.
Yeah, because you're not like, again, I might pay $76 to sit in the nosebleeds to watch Omega Ospreay. Not gonna lie. I might do that. but
Possibly.
I'm not going to do it to watch Roman Seth because I know by next year it's probably going to be running again.
So here's the thing I did. I looked into it a little bit more. So there's a total of 72,287 seats in the actual Minneapolis U.S. Bank Stadium.
Stadium.
But they only have a current setup of 29,535 with 22,069 distributed. They have available 1,748 of combo tickets, and I guess single tickets they have about 5,718. This is SummerSlam. Now, when you look at the AEW side, which AEW is on August the 30th at Wembley Stadium in London, their current setup is 37,182. They've currently sold 28,107, and their availability right now is 9,075 tickets. So they're also, when you look at their numbers, they're trailing as well compared to previous years because this is
I
not the
bet you
first time.
Tony Khan is happy as hell that he's got 28,000 seats sold right now.
Why?
Because, I mean, think about it. Go back to some of the last pay-per-views. They weren't doing 20,000, I don't believe. I believe they're like 19,000.
Yeah, but the
20,000
previous, how
setups.
much was the AEW first All In? They made a buku money. They
Yeah,
had
that was
they had
80,000 people. But, I mean, again, you had CM Punk. You had Jericho. You had all these guys. You had a time. You had the whole blow-up of Cole and MJF and everything else going on with that. You had a lot of good stuff going into that. This is really Will Ospreay, Kenny Omega right now. Think about it. What else has been announced for All In? That's it. And you've already sold 28,000. So if you can build up and you put a Mercedes Moné versus, I don't know, Tekla or whatever at there too.
actually that's the only other match that
That has
technically
been
hasn't been
announced.
announced yet.
That's right, because she won the Owen Hart. I'm sorry.
Yes.
I thought
So
I forgot
Tekla,
Owen.
Mercedes Monet, and
Sorry, those So
Kenny and
once you
Will
get those matches alone right now have got you 28,000 seats. So now you start adding to it after Redemption or as you get to Redemption, then you can go there. The problem with WWE is they're already in motion for SummerSlam. You got a Saturday night's main event that's probably not going to change anything, except maybe add to the Cody Punk feud, or if one of them turns full heel, maybe it changes the storyline a little bit. But other than that, like where is the rest of SummerSlam? Night 1 and night 2.
well, here are the official announced cards, official announced matches for SummerSlam. So the SummerSlam card, as we speak, up to today, is we got World Heavyweight Championship Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. We got Hell in the Cell match Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi. Women's World Championship Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Undisputed WWE Championship Cody Rhodes versus CM Punk. An Intercontinental Championship Chad Gable versus Penta. And a 6-man tag team match LA Knight, Solo Sikoa, and Royce Keith versus the Usos and Jacob Fatu. And shout out to Frankie Fresco for predicting that, because that's exactly what I said. It.
Wait, that's SummerSlam?
Whoa,
No, that's Saturday night.
That's Saturday night. You're right. My bad. My apologies. That is Saturday night.
No, that's good. That's good. No. I was like, wait a minute. I thought I read the Saturday night.
But yes, so that is actually gonna be. Those are the fights that we have ready for SummerSlam. And again, SummerSlam is on, if I believe, August the 1st and the 2nd, right? I think those are the 2 nights. Here's the issue with WWE and with AEW. So I'll talk with the WWE side first. Like you said, we have matches that have been made, but we've already seen them. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, we saw that. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky, we just saw that last month. Roman versus Seth, that's nothing new. This is like the 30th time they've gone ahead and faced each other. Brock Lesnar versus Obafemi, this is the 3rd round. I mean, the only thing they did to spice it up is
time since March.
the only thing that spiced it up was put Hell in the Cell in it, but that's pretty much it. Now, Chad Gable versus Penta, that just got announced. That's not bad. That's a pretty good match. But like hardcore, like the casual wrestling fan is gonna like to see Chad Gable and Penta, but they're not headlining it. You're not gonna get, no disrespect to those 2 guys, but you're not gonna get those guys to sell way tons of tickets. Let's just keep it real.
They're not moving.
They're not moving needles.
They'll move hundreds, maybe not thousands.
As of right now, they're unfortunately they're not to that level. Maybe in the future they'll get to that level, but as of right now, they're not moving the needle like Roman or CM Punk or Cody or any of those guys usually do. Um, and then of course, what you said is true. I mean, they're thinking, if I'm not mistaken, you would bring in. I think they're kind of teasing us a lot with Gunther and the GM of SmackDown,
Yeah, Nick
uh,
Aldis.
Nick Aldis. To that looks like that might be a fight, especially since Nick Aldis has been training as well, and everything. So that might be added eventually. But Sean, here's the issue with the WWE side of this. There's a lot of matches that you just finished saying or that you mentioned that we've seen. We've noticed this. We've seen this before. There's nothing that entices us to go ahead and want to watch them again. And like you said, even though obviously I said $76 is not too expensive, but you're right. Why am I gonna spend $76 to see
Not only
stuff that
that,
I've
too,
already
but
seen when I could
think
see it
about
for free
this.
in my
It's
house?
76 for you, 76 for your wife, 76 for kids if you have them. By the time you're done, you're sitting up there at $350, $400.
Oh, yeah, it adds up, brother. It adds up. And then when it comes to the AEW side, here's my problem with AEW. I think the problem with the AEW side is sometimes they just start to get too invested in like they think that you're going to get the same stuff over and over. You bring AEW all into Wembley again, and you've done it multiple times already. Obviously the numbers are going to fall because not everybody's going to be like, hey, I want to pay again to see him again over and over and over again. I don't think, even though they have a hardcore fan base, I don't think you're gonna see. It's like you or me saying, "Hey, every time WWE is here at a Hard Rock Stadium, we're gonna go watch them every single time." No, I mean, I'll give you a perfect example. Look at the F1. Like, not everybody, not everybody goes on a repetitive basis because
Yeah.
you
Can't
get
afford
tired
it.
of it. You want to go maybe once in a blue moon just to experience it, but
Yeah,
after
you go
that, you're
for the
like, nah.
experience. And to be honest, I think that's why they got the 81,000 the first time.
Yeah,
Everybody got that experience the first time they were there, and then now it's like, all right, I've been there, done that. And now you're getting your crazies, and you're getting guys and gals that want to travel and go overseas and see a wrestling event that like AEW. And again, you're gonna get a great, AEW on pay-per-view is gonna deliver. Whether the matches make sense or not, it's gonna be a hell of a card. No
yeah.
matter what they do, the card is going to be good. How they get to the card and how they do all that stuff, that leaves a little bit to be decided. But once you get there, you're in the building, you're in that seat, you're going to be entertained for the 12 to 15 hours you're there.
I think the other problem, to be real honest with you, that both AEW and WWE are facing this year in particular, I'm sorry, but I really feel that the World Cup's kind of screwed both of those or both of their pay-per-views because
Yeah.
there is so many people who traveled. Like, even though if you look at, when you look at England, Scotland, you have Brazil, you had the South American people who came, other European people who came here. A lot of people paid a buku full of money for that World Cup because those stadiums were not empty. A lot of them were pretty packed. And I think a lot of people said, "Hey, soccer is more of a priority, especially in Europe, than wrestling. So I'd rather pay an arm and a leg to go experience a World Cup that I've never experienced, or just support my team." And I think that really has hurt AEW and WWE because I think people are like, "No, I'm not gonna pay an arm and a leg." And the local people here in the United States, look, I could have easily spent what I spent for that third place tickets to go to SummerSlam. I could have bought in a flight. I could have bought in everything. I probably would have been sitting really, really close. But I bought tickets to go to the soccer game instead. So it's like I think that has hurt both of them drastically this year.
It goes to what we talked about a little bit earlier, Frankie, is that, again, I have to spend $1,000 on tickets. Will I be entertained more going to watch my team play soccer? Or will I go and watch a WWE show or an AEW show? And I think people are answering with their pocketbooks right now on what they think the product is. And Spencer put in, I don't buy that. Maybe the product isn't worth it every time. I don't miss a race weekend in Daytona, and we get those twice a year. But when those races happen in Daytona, they're car wrecks. You're going to get something different every time. Unless it's fuel saving. I mean, most of the time you'll get fuel saving too, don't get me wrong. But you always know there's usually going to be a big one. You're going to get entertained because of the speeds that they're going. Again, I feel like that and like Bristol, I could probably go to those races every year. Now, would I go to a Watkins Glen race once? Yes, for the experience. Would I go again? Probably not. You know, that's where I think it's about the entertainment aspect level and the price as well. I mean, price points got to be there for everybody, I'm sure, unless you just got enough money to where you don't have to worry about it, like Frankie Fresco. But I
Excuse
mean,
me? No, I mean,
you caught that one, huh?
let me
You
get
caught that
something.
one?
I saw that little sneak it in. Don't sneak it in like that. Let me clarify something for you and for everybody tuning in. I bought those tickets to resell them and try to make a profit. Now I'm screwed and I have to go. But it's not because I wanted to go and flaunt that I have money.
It was a
No,
bad investment you
it
made.
was. Dude, I've learned that I have to like stop doing that because I did that with I think it was there was some Heat tickets. I think I did that once, and I did that I think with some Panther tickets once as well, and it didn't. I wasn't able to sell them, and I was like, man, maybe I'm just overpricing it, but
Yeah.
whatever. But
Because I think it's about the entertainment level. Are you going to get your return on investment about the entertainment? Then I'll spend the money. And again, I'm speaking for me. I mean, I'm not trying to like, but I think it's a generalization of most people, especially people that, you know, don't have a lot of money. And I can't go out and spend, you know, I'm not the guy in, what is it, the green shirt guy, or what is the guy at WWE where he's at every show and everything else. Like, dude, bless you, my man, but it's not me. Like I need to, and then, you know, and again, if I do it, I would want, you know, my son, my daughter, you know, I would want it to be an experience for everybody, not just an experience for me. So now when you start adding those in, I remember one time we went to NXT. It was here at Watsco, but not the Watsco. It was at the Watsco, like a little. There's like a little. The Watsco Center is where they play basketball, and there's another little like I don't know what it is. Like it's like a little separate little building that they can like. It's just a
I
small
don't know.
building.
The only time I've walked into the University of Miami campus is to take a shit.
Oh, okay. All right there, buddy. All right there. Well, thank you for fertilizing the lawn. What little bit there is there? What little bit there is in the concrete jungle. But so we went there, and again, you look at the tickets, and it was like I think like $30 a ticket.
That's not bad.
But by the time the six of us went, it's 180.
That's
You know
another
what I'm
thing.
saying?
I'm a
And
single
then now
guy.
you're going to NXT, but luckily the NXT setup was like going to a CCW show.
Oh, so good see,
So
good
it was
viewing.
intimate. It wasn't like I
Yeah.
was like worried because I'm like, wait a minute, man. We're like, you know, because again, I got like, but we were right along the railing where they entered from. I mean, this is how small the building was. They got dressed in the Watsco Center. The hallway, you could see the guys and gals walking to the ring. They entered a door in the back door through the curtain, and that was kind of the gorilla position of how they had everything
Oh
set
wow,
up.
that's
You know,
kind
it
of
was, it
cool.
was a very intimate setting. But again, I don't mind doing that because, again, then you had Cole was there still. It was Ciampa, Gargano. Like it was, you know, watching Ring of Honor almost in a way back in the day was what you were getting at that point at NXT. So it was a great show, you know. And then you saw some of the younger there. So again, it's not that, but again, it went from $30 to 180 like that. You know what I'm saying? Because now you start trying to make sure everybody gets the experience, and then you're not even paying parking or travel or, you know, gas depending on where you got to go. I mean, it adds up, man, and that's the part that, you know, I mean, TKO doesn't care about anything but the bottom line, which is what they're supposed to do, right? They're
What?
they're supposed to answer to their shareholders, and man, do they do that with
Well,
WWE because
here's
they
the
take losses everywhere else.
well
But WWE.
here's the other thing too, because I didn't mention it, but the parking to the World Cup.
Oh,
If you wanna, if me and my brother, which most likely we're gonna end up going, we're asking. I think my brother's girlfriend or somebody to give us a ride.
right.
It's
Yeah.
$250 to park. I
And
was
that's
like,
not even close, right? That's
no,
all.
that's not even close. I was
Yeah.
like, so just imagine how much these people are spending to go to the World Cup. You know, I mean, great profit eventually. It was for the U.S. and for all
Hey,
these cities.
I
I
will
think.
tell you this too. The last game, I know it was Argentina, I believe, was the last team that
Yeah.
played here.
Ger-
The
Oh,
line wrapped around the Walmart on 27th Avenue
oh
and
snap!
was
For real?
down that way to get through some of the checkpoints. I don't know how many
How did
checkpoints
you
they
know
have
that?
or
You were
how it's
there?
set up. No, there's somebody with like a news, not a news, but like They were just filming it, and they're walking by the Target, I mean the Walmart, and there's just people lined up trying to get in to go to the checkpoints. And this was like 45, 50 minutes before kick.
Well, the thing is, FIFA sent me a message saying, "Hey, if you're attending the game, you have to be there 3 hours before the game starts."
Oh,
So,
wow, okay.
so if the game on Saturday starts at 5, me and my brother gotta be at the stadium by 2 in order for us to not miss anything, and probably drink with some English and French people because we're gonna be rocking our
That's the
Colombian
thing.
jerseys.
That's the thing, man. You gotta have the experience. If you pay that money, you gotta go there. And that's the other thing with me. Like, I'm not all about like the going and hanging out and small. Like I like to go. I go into the event. I enjoy the event. I leave. I'm not really. I'll tailgate like for Dolphin games or things like that with people. That's different. But like for wrestling, I did tailgate the WrestleMania though. But I mean, normally it's just go in, go out. Whereas with the World Cup, it's an experience, man. You get
It is.
to get the customs of the French, customs of who they play in England, right? England, you get all
Yeah.
that stuff, and you get just people there having at least everything I've seen has been pretty inclusive of everybody just having a good time, being respectful of. I'm sure there's been
Nah, some
parts where
fights
it
out there.
hasn't been.
There were some fights out there.
No, I'm sure there is. Especially when like you get the teams that don't like each other and things like that. But for the most part, like with the run Norway had and
Oh, yeah,
and the
sure.
row, and you saw the different countries wanting to do it with them and everything else, win or lose. It was cool, man. And those are the experiences that, again, you're paying for because you're paying so much money.
Yeah, I mean, and then again, I think that's the reason why it hurt AEW and it hurt WWE. Maybe their numbers will increase next year, but as of right now, I think that didn't help them. Plus, or it might not even help them next year either if they do events here in the States because you got the Olympics and they're in LA, so I'm pretty sure a lot of
Also,
people
the
want to
thing, I
go
think
out
that's
there.
why WWE is doing what they're doing, where they're selling their pay-per-views, basically. Think about it. The cities that are bidding to host. So they're already making money on the event. Now, maybe not as much like Saudi. They get like, I think it's like 50 million or something for the event. So that's paid for, that probably covers the whole year almost for events, honestly. And if they do 2 over there, that's almost $100 million just for the 2 pay-per-views they did there. And then they make $6 million in Indianapolis,
Jeez.
$10 million or wherever, $3 million somewhere else.
Yeah,
And that's money already on top of what they're making on ticket prices, what they're going to make on merchandise. And then also they do the access stuff, which you got to pay tickets for 2-hour time limits. So every 2 hours, people are buying tickets or whatever, depending on who they want to get, autographs with. And again, they're just making money hand over fist on the people. And like you said, it's almost like if you go to World Cup tomorrow, and then all of a sudden they're like, I'm sorry, I don't know any of the guys that are playing. I'm not gonna lie. Oh no, Mbappe's playing, right?
yes,
In France.
Harry
They
Kane
have,
too.
they have so today, or when's the game? Saturday, right?
Saturday.
So Friday they have access, and you can go see Mbappe from 2 to 4 and 5 to 6.
Well, sir, we have the WWE Club.
No, shut up. But you got to pay $500 to go in that. So now you paid money to go to the game. You got to pay $500 to probably stand in a 3-hour line to get an autograph from Mbappe when all he's going to do is stand there, put his arm around you, take a picture, be like, thank you, and leave. So you pay $500 for that. And then, it's just, it is amazing to me that, again, back in the day, it was just ticket sales.
Yeah,
Now it doesn't matter because they're going to make money on merchandise. They're going to make money on the meet and greets now. They're going to make money on every
WWE Club.
Yeah, the WWE Club. Again, you get all these benefits, which are nothing.
Crap.
To be honest, I mean,
Actually, I sent you a post showing what they
oh yeah,
got.
I saw it. It's like,
Like, it was
no,
terrible.
You should get a championship belt. I get it. You're paying $99 for the beta, the test. But they should give you a belt. It ain't got to be like the $600 belt. But why can't they give you like a WWE Club belt or something? A little
point.
bit more than the replica,
Considering how much they're making,
a little bit better than the thing, and just be like, look, we care. No, instead it's like, oh, you'll get the first email when tickets go, and you'll get a 10% discount. Oh my goodness, 10% off. Yes, now the $1,000 ticket is $900 to sit in the third row. Like,
I mean,
come
but
on,
look,
man.
I think the also the thing is that a lot of these companies are money hungry,
Yeah.
because
Well, think about it.
and they know how to abuse us, the fans. When you're such a diehard, I mean, I could criticize the wrestling fan, but I have to raise my hand and go ahead and be like, I'm a sucker for the Dolphins, because I've been a season ticket holder for the Dolphins for over 10+ years with my
Yeah.
brother, and from the first time we joined, they used to give us these huge like memorabilia books with like a whole bunch of stuff of the Dolphins, where you could actually take it to the stadium, get the players to sign it. They don't even give us that anymore. Before they used, I mean, the last thing this season, I don't think we've gotten anything. We used to get stickers, calendars, the schedule thing. They used none of that. Absolutely nothing. So I'm a sucker for the Dolphins, just like the fans are with the WWE club. And if AEW does something similar as well, I'm pretty sure they're suckers as well. So I mean, it is what it is. It just sucks because at the end of the day, like you said, man, those clubs, those when you pay for extra stuff, you would assume that you would get like these small little perks. It makes a
Yeah.
big difference, and these
Think,
companies
think
don't
about
look at it like
this.
that.
Think about this. If just 10,000 WWE fans purchased that beta, it's almost $1 million, $990,000. If 10,000
Jesus.
purchased that you sent me, if only 10,000, and I think they'll probably get more than that, to be honest. But that's $1 million for the year.
Not to mention that you're also paying for Netflix, you're paying for ESPN, you're
Paying
paying for Peacock.
for regular TV if you're watching on USA, or you got cable or something. I mean,
It starts to add up.
yeah.
So I'm happy that the fans are picking and kind of choosing. Plus, inflation is up there. Like
Yeah.
times it's
And
not
again,
getting
even if
easier.
they're selling 22,000 seats, I mean, I'm trying to do my handy dandy here, but 22,000, and let's say on average, if you got 76 seats, and
Lower section area.
yeah,
Like I think they mentioned. I saw two clips. I think to sit in the 200 section in that stadium was going for $3,000.
so if that's 3,000, so let's say as an average $1,500. Let's say
Okay.
1,500 as an average for the building. Oops, sorry, hold on a minute. I forgot how to do the calculator.
1,500 times 22,000 tickets.
Yeah, I did. I forgot to hit the times. So that right there is already. Is that right? 22,000. Or no, what is it? 22 what? What's the number they have?
22,000. Let's just round it. 22,000 times 1,500.
22,000 times 1,500. Holy $33 million.
Are you fucking serious?
Yeah. That's why I did
Holy
it again.
shit.
I was like,
No
that
way.
can't be right. So now they've got a $33 million gate already. And again, that's
They don't
just
give a
average.
damn. That's why they don't give a damn. That's why they
No,
don't
dude,
care.
That's what I'm saying. It's like,
Holy
I get it.
snap.
At least, yes, tickets are dropping, but it's not hurting their bottom line.
Wow.
Because what they're doing is, what did they do? They cut down the big stages, right? So now they're not paying as much logistically. They're getting paid $3 million, $5 million different cities already. They've sold $33 million. And again, this may be high, it may be a little lower, but around $33 million in ticket sales. We haven't even put in merchandise yet. I mean, so
Jeez
again,
Louise.
yes, their ticket prices, their ticket, I mean, but they're probably making more money now than they were when they're selling 30, 40,000.
Wow. Damn. That's crazy. It's crazy. Well, we'll see what happens. I mean, they're still building up both cards. We'll see if AEW is able to go ahead and build it up even more.
I know I say this every time, but I know AEW is going to be fun to watch. Is it going to be fun to watch as far as like a
Like the build up.
storyline stuff
Yeah.
and things like that? No.
Nah.
But you know every one of those matches is going to be like, okay,
I mean, they're
all
gonna.
right, this is good.
We already know, because we already know what they deliver in the match. It's just the little things that they have to kind of like sell us with the storyline. Which that's why I said, imagine how many people would want to go see if, let's say, you combine both of those two wrestling companies, and all of a sudden you had night one Roman versus Seth, night two Kenny versus Will Ospreay, or flip
Or
them
even
around.
vice versa. Yeah, it's perfect.
Jesus Christ, we were like, yo, let's go. Like I would tell you, Sean, we gotta go. Like, this is
Like,
amazing.
You know what would be funny, man? And again, I know this would never happen. But imagine if the companies could work together and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to run a 2-night show in Minnesota. Night one will be headlined by AEW. We'll have WWE matches sprinkled in. We'll have AEW matches, but the main event will be AEW. Night two, the main event will be W. And they can switch it, alternate it, however they want to do it. Again, this will never happen. This is all fairy tale.
Yeah.
And then, as a fan, you go and you buy an access ticket. And at access, you got AEW stars, you got WWE stars. You've got, whatever they're doing. You get the AAA guys now. You get the CMLL guys because AEW can bring their guys.
Sean, you know how much money they can make?
Oh, man, so much stuff, man. And then
Nick Moxley bleeding versus Roman.
What your brother just said, again, you could do little matches and be like, hey, not title matches, but imagine, Roman with no title against Moxley, and then running that in just a regular match.
Not only that, Sean, right now, it could have been the situation where you could obviously say, hey, look, Moxley is in AEW, but all of a sudden he shows up on the Roman versus Seth because he's part of the Shield because there's history there.
His music hits, the Dean Ambrose music hits, but it's John Moxley. And people are like, what the hell is going on?
That would be amazing. That would sell.
Like, and then again, you would go to the pay-per-view thinking, oh, Moxley's going to interfere. You don't even got to interfere.
No, he doesn't.
But you think it's there because that's what wrestling fans want to do.
Yes.
They want to think something. I am the biggest proponent of this. I always make my own stories, which is why I'm always wrong on my picks, because I'm hoping one day they go, you know what? Let's look to the future. Let's look to see and go past just 3 weeks and get to the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
But instead, it's just 3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks,
Same
3
thing.
weeks,
Over
3
and
weeks,
over.
3 weeks, 3 weeks, 3 weeks. Because, again, we just did numbers. It doesn't matter. People are going to pay. People are going to pay.
We're running a little bit tight in time here, so we'll jump on the next topic. Now, I did add a little bit to it. I forgot to mention this, Sean, so I'm gonna add a little bit to it. But we got two guys in particular, so this is the reason why I added it to it. So there's two guys in particular, and we're gonna kind of combine them, right? So we got two guys in two different scenarios, and I want to get your opinion on both of them. So first, we got Hangman Page. Hangman came back on Saturday. He went and he preached. A lot of people, good reception for him. He was, I think, in his hometown. So he basically said, hey, he's going to live up to his word. He is not going to go ahead and challenge for the AEW World Heavyweight Belt. Once again, pulling the Cody Rhodes and probably screwing himself over. But he says that times have changed, that he will be able to go after the TNT belt. He'll be able to go after the international belt. He'll be able to go after probably some Ring of Honor belts. I don't know.
Can I ask a question?
Yes.
What was keeping him from going after those before?
That's a very good point. That's a very good point. I don't know. I don't know why he could have gone for those, but he might. So before we dig deep into this, right? Yeah. So obviously, you have all these guys that now he'll be able to challenge supposedly, and he feels that, hey, I'm going to be able to go ahead and challenge them. He's still going to also have the opportunity. He's going to have the Continental Champion, which Moxley has. He could tag team with somebody and go after tag team belts. He could go for the tag with somebody, the third person, do the trios, and obviously there's a lot of
honor.
Yeah, he could go to Ring of Honor and all that stuff. So you got that guy. So that's one, and I want to get your opinion on that. But then we got the other guy, and this is the guy in the WWE side. And the reason I bring him up is because I spoke to you about it earlier before we went on, and that is your boy Braun Breaker. All of a sudden, we got another wrestler on the opposite side of the brand, the WWE side, who is struggling and upset with his character. So we got two different characters right now, one in AEW and one in WWE, that their sense of directions right now are completely where are we going with these two different wrestlers? In your opinion, Sean, Braun Breaker, what should WWE do? What can Braun Breaker do to improve? And when it comes to Hangman Page, what can AEW do for him? And what's the future going to lead up for him as well?
Well, this is the funny thing because I think the Hangman Page one is a self-inflicted wound. He
Ooh.
obviously wanted to do the story. He obviously thought it was what, again, because in AEW you get more control with your. Let's talk. Again, it's not like Tony Khan said, "Hey, Hangman, we're going to take the title shot away from you, and now you're only going to do this." I believe it was probably talked out, and they probably said, "Look, we can put some prestige on a title or something. Put it on Hangman." Again, I'm just thinking out of the box. I don't know that the tag team title needs it. I don't think you got Edge, Copeland and Christian with that, so you're building that up already. Kevin Knight is a good champion, but that's the one that I think you're gonna have. You got Moxley with the other one, and then
Kyle Fletcher
Kyle
with the
Fletcher, right,
international.
is the international. So again, if Kyle Fletcher is your pillar, then you're gonna keep the title on him. I think the one is Kevin Knight is probably going to be.
He did mention TNT belt. He did say
Yeah,
that.
so I think what
That
you're
was
going
like
to
the
end
first
up doing
one.
is, and again, the way they should do it, and they've never done this, and I've never understood it, and they haven't done it since Cody. Actually, now that I think about it, I think Cody did it a little bit. You're the TNT champion. You're the face of TNT, the channel that runs, the Collision. And again, now you put Hangman over there, and you run that. I think it gives a little bit of prestige to the Collision show. And again, I'm not saying a lot of people are going to tune in on Saturdays because it's difficult, but I think it's on tonight. They've been messing around with the day it's on because of the World Cup, and when college football kicks back in, I'm sure there's going to be some other stuff there. So, but I think with Hangman, again, it's a self-inflicted as far as meaning he had probably say on whether, no, I don't think that's a good idea, or you know what, let's go with it and make it work.
But did he bring up that idea, or did
I don't know if he
AEW bring
brought
up
it
that
up,
idea?
but it probably got brought up to him.
Why?
Because again, the problem gets to where
Problem.
AEW gets so damn top heavy that it's like, well, why not take the TNT title? Think about this. Hangman wins the TNT title. Him and Swerve still could have unfinished business. Now you got Swerve and Hangman going for the TNT title. That ups the prestige of that title. You still have Omega and Ospreay now for your heavyweight title.
Yeah.
And you've made that secondary title that much more. And then you got Okada, Takeshita, or Takeshita,
Kyle
and
Fletcher.
Fletcher. However you want to look at it, you're getting great matches. And then the tag team title is whatever with Copeland and Christian. You can kind of throw whatever in there, and you can have some great matches. And think about that. If you did like a Night of Champions, I know that's a WWE thing, and your champions are, Kenny Omega, Hangman, Cope and Christian, Kyle Fletcher, Thekla now, but could be Mercedes Moné later.
Moxley.
And then the TBS champion is who now?
The TBS champion for, I don't think they have. Hikaru Shida.
Okay, and then you got Sheeta defending that right there. Those are good names. The only one that I probably wouldn't sell would probably be Sheeta, honestly.
And you also have the two girls, the Divine Dominion. They're the tag
Well,
team.
that's right. The AEW tag team, women's tag team champion. That's right. And they're a great tag team.
As a matter of fact, shout out to Tony Khan for putting that match yesterday as the last match on Dynamite. I think this is the first time I've seen him put a women's match to end the show. That's been a minute, in a while.
Tony
So.
Storm, Mariah May.
Yeah. That was teamed up the Mercedes Moné and the Divine Dominion against who was it? It was this girl, Willow Nightingale, and I forgot the other two girls, the other tag team girls. But it was a good match. It was a really good match. But again, Sean,
Real quick, Adrian and Chad. What's up, Maniacs?
absolutely, and also shout out to I think it was Finn Sammy. He reposted our live. So guys, don't forget to hit
shout out. I didn't
don't
see
forget
it
to
again.
don't forget to hit the like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe while you're watching as well.
Yes,
Jump
please.
over to
either
YouTube.
channels. Yep, Fresco, Frankie Fresco,
Both of us.
or Stanley Media House. Jump over to the other one.
And
Same
if
on
you-
X too. Follow us on X.
And if you could do it on X and repost our live stream, please do so on both of our ends too.
Do it, brother.
Miss you, Frankie. Yeah, I know. I've been going crazy. It's been busy. All right. So
And then-
so you guys, you got Hangman. What do you think about Braun Breaker?
Braun Breaker, I think, was just a bad luck Chuck moment.
Damn.
He was going to get pushed to the moon with the whole Seth thing. Seth got injured. It gave him a chance. Then he got injured. Then Bronson Reed got injured. And once Seth came back, they wrote a different story, and then it kind of phased him out. and that's what happens to the young guys as they are, it became Roman. We need to get to Roman Seth more than Braun Seth. So Braun took the back seat, took the L, and we'll be able to rebuild him. Is the thinking. Now again, that's when it's tough, man, especially for like Braun Breaker because again, he's got his dad, his uncle who have been in the business, so they understand, that part of it. But he's still young. But again, he was being pushed to the moon for a while. And then it's like now all he is a spear and speed, right? That's all they talk about now. Look at how fast he goes. Now he does the clothesline and then the spear. Now that's what he's become. It's not even Braun Breaker anymore. It's a spear and him running the ropes and hitting the clothesline. That's pretty much Braun Breaker in a tag team right now. I think they're going to have to repackage him at some point. I just don't know what they're going to do. But until then, he's going to be very upset. And I think it was just he was a victim of the circumstances, unfortunately, with Seth getting hurt. And again, they wanted to run it back as Seth, beating the Vision. But then they got to SummerSlam and was like, well, let's make it Seth Roman. In order for that to happen, we need to rush the conclusion of Vision being taken care of by Seth, and Braun Breaker had to eat the L, and hopefully they figure out something. But, I mean, again, if I'm most people in WWE right now, I'm probably not happy with the way my creative's going because, one, you've never really had control of it. But two, now it's not even sometimes wrestling personnel or people that know wrestling making the decisions. It's, the people. I mean, think about this. Chad Gable comes back because of all the stuff. Again, Kaiser did El Grande Americano perfectly for him. It allowed him to get out of that and keep the El Grande Americano thing going. But it helped build him up to where people saw Chad Gable differently, which is now why he's versing Penta for the IC title. So now can you do, it seems like they're sending people to AAA to rebuild themselves. Damian Priest, the most recent one. He comes out now, he's in his little, what did they call him before? Drag Queen Undertaker or whatever.
Yeah.
That
Drag Queen Undertaker.
Yeah, so now he's out there as, doing that. And now they're going to, you rebuild him, repackage him there, and then you bring him back. And then, but again, he's still making waves because he's with R-Truth. R-Truth can team with anybody, and that tag team's going to get over because of just the silliness that R-Truth is, which is great. But it's just victim of circumstance, I think, for Braun Breaker. Unfortunately, Seth getting hurt, him getting hurt. Emo Undertaker. Thank you, Adrian. I apologize.
No, I think it's a Memo who sometimes has dropped it on the chat board that he's kind of like a drag queen too.
Is that who it is? Okay.
That's why we have that mindset.
I remember I seen it somewhere. I appreciate it. Emo Undertaker. I apologize to anybody if I offended anybody. But so I think one is self-inflicted, and I think one is just victim of circumstances because you're just hosed, and we've seen TKO. They're not going to help you out.
Future for both of them. What do you think? Is Braun Breaker going to get back to being possibly in main Raw?
Like Braun Breaker probably a year and a half, maybe after WrestleMania next year.
They'll push him again?
Maybe, but I think Paige will probably be a pretty quick impact.
You don't think Paige will leave just like Cody eventually?
I don't. I mean, why? The grass isn't greener for those guys in WWE. I mean, you're going to get into a main event picture that's got Cody, CM Punk,
Seth, Roman, Gunther.
Roman. You start naming guys. I mean, as you go,
Gunther.
I don't know where he fit. He'll be Intercontinental here too. Like he won't be. I don't think he'll be main right away. So I think the grass is greener there, and he's probably making good money. And he's only think about his schedule. I mean, he's been gone for what?
6 weeks.
Yeah, 6 weeks. So I mean, and he's still. I do. That's perfect. I'm good.
I want to go ahead and give you. We did mention it. I forgot to. I thought we were having it on Saturday Night Main Event, but no. The solo LA Knight and the
Royce Keys.
Royce Keys is actually in SummerSlam, so that's actually happening in SummerSlam.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, that's in SummerSlam. That's in SummerSlam. That is not part of Saturday Night Main Event, because I pulled up the Saturday Night Main Event because we're gonna do our picks shortly. But yeah,
You
I
are
don't see that.
100% correct. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I saw the flyer and I automatically included it. You are right. I'm sorry. Yeah.
No, you're good. So my thought behind the two. Number one, Braun Breaker. I feel bad for him. I also feel like Paul Heyman kind of did him dirty, because I thought Paul Heyman was gonna like support him, and he's kind of been pushing Braun Breaker out to the side. Now he doesn't want to be part of the vision and stuff like that, which is
Well,
weird.
you have to remember too one thing with the whole Paul Heyman thing. He's only about the long term now. He's not in the creative booking for short term. So he will do long term. You know, right now I'm worried about Brock. Braun, I'll get back to after the Brock run ends, because Heyman's only sitting in on the long term booking he stated on the CVV podcast. He's no longer doing short term, because he said it got frustrating because people interfere and mingle.
But don't you think that if I'm Braun Breaker, I would be pissed at Paul Heyman, because you're pretty much putting me to the side just because you want to go with Brock Lesnar, bro. Like, I would be pissed. I would be like, yo, like,
I get that, but I mean, again, it's not like
I wouldn't want to work with Paul Heyman like that, man. To be honest
I
with
don't
you,
know, man.
and again, and look, and the thing is, here's the problem with me with Braun Breaker, not with Braun Breaker, with WWE. You're relying on Brock Lesnar. How long? That guy's time is running short. Like, you
probably got
have,
him till WrestleMania maybe next year.
yeah, but exactly. So why are you putting all that emphasis on Brock Lesnar
Because
where
he
you
puts
have it?
asses in the seats.
Apparently not, because they only got 22,000 seats sold
And how do you
instead
know-
of
who do you think sold most of those seats? The Hell
probably
in a Cell
Roman.
match
Probably
or
Roman.
Roman or
I
CM
think
Punk?
I
I mean,
think Roman.
again, I don't know. I think they want to see violence between Oba and Brock, which I think
It ain't gonna happen.
that match may very well disappoint a lot of people.
Well, you know what? Maybe you're right. It did sell because Roman and Seth just got announced, and SummerSlam tickets have been selling like crazy, right? So I know the Brock and Obafemi match had been announced way before.
That was
so
the first match announced. I mean, other than the King and Queen of the Ring being.
if I'm Braun Breaker, I would be pissed. I get him. He is upset right now. If I'm Braun Breaker, I would go ahead and be like, you know what, man? WWE, go kiss my ass. But again, he ain't going anywhere. So I guess he just has to suck it up and just wait until his turn comes again.
Wait your turn. Because this is the other thing too, Frankie, though. The problem is, and again, I don't know how much he's seen this happen. Sometimes you want to get pushed so bad, you create a stink, and then you get pushed. And as soon as you make that one bad move,
Oh, yeah.
you're done. It's better sometimes to just play the game, wait till I get my push, and then go for it.
And
A
you want
la LA Knight.
no,
LA Knight.
Alan, you know who? Baron Corbin.
Yeah, too. Yeah, he's back.
Because that guy came out of the blue again, and that guy got fired. And now look, he's back in the mix in WWE.
He went to the independents and MLW and some other independents. He did a Cody in a way, and he built himself back up again. Again, I don't think Baron got fired because of anything other than he was probably making more money than they wanted to pay, and
Yeah,
it
'cause
was a cost-cutting effect.
He was in
And they
NXT
said-
a lot too.
Yeah, it was a cost-cutting effect because, again, if you're making so much money, you've got to perform right now under this new regime. Back in the day, Vince would pay you and just keep you at home or whatever. This regime is, if you're not producing, you're probably going to end up getting cut, and we're not going to pay your salary. So I think that's where Corbin fell into the beat, and then now he probably came back for a lesser contract
Yeah.
and probably lesser days or whatever. You know, they probably worked it out or whatever to where it works for both sides. But now he's back on TV.
But Sean, if I'm Braun Breaker, the first thing I would do is I would tell WWE, let me go to SmackDown. Let me have a storyline with Baron Corbin. Because if you remember, those two kicked ass in NXT as tag team champions over there. They were, as a tag team group, they were amazing. And if you bring that to the main roster, I'm telling you, people are going to be suckers for it because I loved it. I hated when they broke up over there in NXT. But if I'm Braun Breaker, I would do that. I would reach out, see if maybe I could just be a guest. Like whenever Baron Corbin is kind of invested and he's on a match, just have Braun Breaker come out and just look. And then all of a sudden, Baron Corbin's like, what the hell? And then you start building it up. Now, when it comes to Hangman Page, man, I agree with you 100% when you said what stopped him before from getting all these championship belts before, which is 100% true.
That's also like, why the stipulation? It's like you can only go for, I picked the heavyweight title. That's the only title I can fight for. That's not the way it works. I don't understand.
My issue with Hangman is I looked him up. Hangman is only 34 years old. He's
Yeah.
still very young. He shot himself in the foot by doing this. So the only way I could see him kind of like coming back to life is if maybe down the line, maybe a year later, Tony Khan kind of says, hey, something, or MJF says, hey, this, or he brings something up saying, hey, look, give me the opportunity again to remove that stigma that I can't wrestle for the AEW World Heavyweight Belt anymore, and give me the opportunity to do it again. Something. Wrestling can be creative, so they could
You
do
can
something like
create
that.
thing where he has to fight MJF and he has to. What I would do is I would be like MJF, because MJF's the one that beat him for it. So it would be like you have to go through a gauntlet. You got to beat 4 guys, and then beat me. If you do that, then I release the
Perfect.
the whatever. The
Yeah,
stipulation.
something like that. And then I
You
think
can make
that
it
would,
happen.
but I
You
really
can
do.
always- again, everything is what it is in pro wrestling. Remember that. Okay.
I really do feel though that he needs to eventually get that off his back, because man, that's gonna hurt him. If you're in WWE for the next 4 or 5 years and you can't challenge for the heavyweight belt,
WWE will never do that though. That's the thing. Like that's like putting your belt in a briefcase
yeah,
or a duffel bag or whatever. Or even now, I love the idea of this, but it cracks me up that like when Takeshita had the title, they put it in the backpack to take it to the ring, and then he would take it out and hand it to the. I like the idea of it, but you're never showing the title until he takes it out of the bag. Like I don't understand that. And then
Yeah,
you
and
had the
the-
heavyweight title for 6 months off.
yeah. The trios guys do that, like
Yeah, right.
Orange
Orange
Cassidy,
Cassidy and all them with the book bags now. They
except
do it.
for
Roddy.
Roddy has it. He has it
He's a
out.
pro.
But
He's a
that's
pro.
cool. But that's cool. See how he has it? It still gives a significance because the other
Yeah.
two have it in their backpack, and then Roddy has it outside. So, but I don't know. Let's see what happens with Hangman. I think at the end of the day, if he doesn't get that stigma off of himself, that whole stipulation, he's gonna be screwed. And I think eventually what's gonna happen is because he might leave. He might have to. They might do the same thing with Cody, where he outshines himself. How many times is he going to win the TNT championship? How many times is he going to win the international championship? How many times is he going to win the one that Moxley have, the continental championship? It's gonna get tiring, man. Or
Forgot about Moxley, too. That's
and let's
another-
let's not forget, those belts are not like, you want to be that. You want to be number one. Like by him kind of giving up his possibility of winning the heavyweight belt of AEW, he gave up his whole
He'll
thing.
never
I
be
know
the face of AEW.
exactly that. You don't. Moxley's not the face of AEW right now. He's not. He's part of it, but he's not. You have to be
Omega
the
is
heavyweight.
now by the default of being the champion. Usually
Correct.
the champion is the face of the place.
Unless some way somehow Saturday Night Collision grows to be big, to like similar to what WWE does, where you got the heavyweight belt on Monday night, and then you got the other one.
It's
Yeah.
never going to be Saturday.
But it's never gonna be like that. It's gonna be rough.
Well, again, I take that back. It might be Saturday during the summer when there's no World Cup. But when there's something going on, it's always going to interfere.
I mean, we got the Olympics next year, so
Yeah. So then
Good luck
again,
with that.
that's the whole thing. Because now Saturday during the fall is, of course, college football. You're not beating college football.
no, sir. You're not beating NFL.
No,
I mean,
you don't
any of
even
that
NBA. NBA, depending on the game, outdraws most wrestling.
Especially with all the crazy
Including
ass picks.
WWE too. I'm not sitting here saying just AEW, including WWE, depending on the matchup. Now you're going to get some duds to where WWE and AEW beats the basketball, but when there's a good game on, they're going to win. Any live sport will hurt wrestling basically in a way on TV.
Because of the stigma that it's predetermined, right? That's the only
It's
reason.
and there's nothing there to say, like in the Attitude Era, you watch because you didn't know what the heck was going to happen.
That is true.
You never knew what was going to, like, oh, what's going to happen this week? I got to watch this. And
They predetermined who was gonna win,
Yeah.
but you never knew what the hell was gonna happen leading up to that match, right?
I mean, you had Hogan getting dragged by the Undertaker on the bike. You had Stone Cold driving in on what the ice machine thing that one time, taking the fence down and ruining everything. You had Kurt Angle driving in on a milk truck. I mean, you had just stuff happening. I mean, what was her name? Oh man, may she rest in peace.
China?
No, 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 no. The old lady that was with Mark Henry. She
Mae
gave birth
Young?
to a hand. Remember Mae Young gave birth to a hand. You had Kai and Tai chop off Val Venus.
Oh my
The
God,
thing. I
yeah.
mean, just stupid stuff. But and not all of it was main event picture. The funny part about it was the main event stuff happened at the beginning of the show, and then resulted in the end of the show. Everything else in between was all the mid card, basically, with a couple sprinkled in, maybe interviews with everything, or somebody leaving Vince's office or whatever. It was never like all about the main event like it is now.
Yeah, puppies back then.
Yeah,
A lot of stuff going
puppies
on.
everywhere. Puppies everywhere.
All right, sir. We gotta do our picks here for Saturday night main event, right? It's this
Oh
weekend.
yeah,
It's the
yeah, it is.
18th. It is the 18th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely this weekend.
Now I'll be
I'm
watching it from Minnesota.
I will not be watching it because I will be at the World Cup game unless something changes. But I'll be at the World Cup game, so I'll probably catch the replay. But we have the matches. I don't know, Sean. Do you want me to? We go and I mention them to you, and then we do our picks.
I got them up right here, but
Okay.
if you
Then
want
go
to do
for it.
that, that's fine. We can do it.
No, no,
together.
go you. I've been
All right,
talking
we're
a
gonna
lot
start
today.
with the one that everybody's gonna be waiting for:
Oh Lord,
Paige and Brie Bella
yes.
versus Laney Reed and Fallon Henley for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championship. Frankie Fresco, what you got?
Look, man, I mean, Fatal Influence, right? They're supposed to be up and coming. I wish Fatal Influence kind of would have been similar to like the Shield, but woman's version of it. But I'm not seeing it.
Wasn't Fatal Influence Mandy Rose and them back in the day too? What were they? Oh no, they were Fatal. What were they called?
I don't remember.
Andy Rose and the two that was with her.
I don't remember. But you can look it up while I'm
I'm
looking
doing that
while I
right
do
now.
that.
So I'm in my handy
So
dandy notebook.
for me though, I like Fatal Influence. I think that would be a good push for them. But I don't know, man. I just don't see it. I still see these guys keeping Paige and Brie Bella because I think they're going to eventually include them in SummerSlam. And what is the better attraction in SummerSlam? It's Paige and Brie Bella, in my opinion. So I'm going to go with Paige and Brie Bella. They beat Fatal Influence on this one.
And they were called Toxic Attraction. It was Mandy Rhodes, Gigi Dolan, and JC Jane. So now it's JC Jane and these two as Fatal Influence. I agree with you. I hope that the tag team titles get taken off of Brie and Paige, but I also know TKO, and I know they want butts in the seats, and right now their butts in the seats apparently are Paige and Brie because there's no other reason they're still the champions, to be honest. I mean, I get it. Maybe they're trying to wait till Nikki's a little bit more healed to maybe do a turn or something. Maybe
Can't wait
that's
for
part
Mickey
of
to come
the
back.
whole problem right now.
Give me those Bellas.
But I think the what are they called? They're called what's their name of their tag team?
Who, Paige and Brie?
Yeah.
I don't know. The sucky, the sucky girls, they suck because they're terrible, bro.
Man, they've got a name for them now.
Oh, they're terrible, bro. In ring, they're terrible. But outside the ring, I mean, they're selling themselves. Guys, they're doing. I can't wait for Nikki Bella to come back. That's my girl right there. Nikki Bella, bring in Nikki Bella and Brie Bella, and bring those Bella twins.
Hold on, man,
That is
trying
what
to
I'm.
get it
That's what I'll get excited. Nikki Bella taking an injury sucked. That ruined it for me. I would have been sold. I don't care if the wrestling was terrible.
They're
in the
called
ring.
them Brie Mode is what they're calling the tag.
That's their new name.
No, they refer to the duo as Brie Mode
Oh Jesus!
because
Christ.
of Paige's is something mode and Brie is Brie, I guess. So
I'm telling you right now,
that's how they get
that
it
is
there.
definitely not their house. Next.
All right, let's go on to the next one. We'll keep it in the women's division.
Okay.
Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria. This is a Bailey got Lyra turned on Bailey, so this is what we get. A grudge match is what I was looking for. That's the word. Back in the day, this would be on the banner as grudge match. Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria.
You know, I'm so a little bit surprised that they made Lyra Valkyria the heel here. I would have thought they would have gone with Bailey. Um, and,
Yeah,
and
but then they would have went back to the role model thing, and I think, again, for some reason in the women's division they don't always do what they did before. The women's division is different. They test things there, I think.
eh, I'm gonna go out. I think Bailey always struggles. I think they don't like Bailey. I think Bailey takes an L on this one, so I'm gonna go with Lyra. Lyra wins this
It's
one.
funny because I'm thinking, again, if you want to look at Mercedes Monet's Instagram post or however you want to do it, or again, I think Bailey is now Natty in the fact that she is there to boost up the younger talent and stay there and make them look good, and she has a name that puts it into the whole a name that they beat and move up the ladder. I agree. I think Lyra needs to win for the fact that she just made the turn, and it would be silly to. I mean,
Give her the L.
to me, it would be silly if you did a turn and then she loses. Like it's just that really doesn't make sense. Even if she's cheating and she hooks her foot on the ropes or whatever to keep the heel persona going, she don't have to beat her necessarily clean. But there's no way to me that you'd make the turn, do everything, and then say, "Hey Bailey, you're going over clean on the Lyra." If that's the case, Lyra may be AEW bound.
Yes, sir.
Danhausen versus JD McDonough, and we know what we're getting in this match. But Frankie Fresco, what say you, sir?
Look, man, Danhausen. I mean, that guy is over the top. This is in New York. There's no
Um,
way he's losing, right? This
yep.
is in New
No, that's
York. There's no way.
this.
Danhausen all day.
This is the match where the New York Knicks will be involved somehow. I mean, I know Jalen Brunson can't because of the injury and by his contract or whatever. That's why he's doing the other, which we'll talk about in a minute. But I can see other Knicks getting involved
Mm.
and helping Danhausen since he uncursed them, helping him win against JD McDonough. If it's just grabbing Dominic and holding him so Dominic can't interfere, whatever it's going to be, the New York Knicks at this point, the ones that are not Jalen Brunson, will be involved, and I think you're going to get a lot of shenanigans, and I'm here for it, man. I'm here for it. I want exploding turnbuckles and everything, man. Just give me all the glitz and the glamour of Danhausen right here on this match. That's all I want.
I mean, the Knicks did just win an ESPY, so
You did? Finally. Phew. All right, this one we don't really talk a lot about, but what do you think might happen? Roman Reigns to appear with NBA Finals MVP Jalen Brunson. The only question I got in this
hell is
part is this: Brunson cannot get physical because he's got an injury. Do you think this is setting up for something? Because Brunson did want to do something in WWE, but he got hurt in the finals. He's unable to do anything. Is this just to set up something with, you think, or do you think this is just we need Roman to show face? This will be a perfect time because Brunson can't get physical. We put the two guys together, and WWE. There you go.
I don't know. I find this very awkward. Of why they did this. Why I don't know what's the purpose behind it, unless they were just trying to get Roman on there. That way they could sell more tickets. I don't know how many tickets they sold for Saturday Night Main Event, but I think at the end of the day, I think it's just just to give kind of the crowd a little bit of a break and give them something to cheer about. I wouldn't be surprised if maybe Jalen Brunson has a New York Knicks belt and he hands it off to Roman Reigns and Roman Reigns lifts it up and walks with it or something. Like I don't see anything. I don't see any feud or anything like that happening. I just see Roman and Jalen Brunson kind of like just talking, saying whatever they say, and then all of a sudden, Jalen Brunson says, "Hey, we're both winners. We're both champions. Let's switch belts." And then I don't know, maybe Roman gives his belt and Jalen Brunson gives him the New York belt, and there you go.
When you said that, it got me thinking. I think maybe he presents Brunson with the New York Knicks heavyweight title, and they make a special one, not just the one that you can buy at Fabletics, but there's a special one they make for them, more like maybe equal to Roman's title, look like it, and then he can hand it to Brunson, and Brunson can show it off to the Madison Square Garden crowd.
That'd be pretty cool.
I agree with you on that one. Just real quick, I went to see about tickets. Tickets right now are going from 110 to 155 per seat.
It's not bad.
It doesn't show how many is available though, so I don't know how tickets are going there. But again, it is Danhausen, and he's been up and blowing up Madison Square Garden. I think everybody that's posted anything from Madison Square Garden, if they're a wrestling fan, I think you've seen pictures. There's actually a picture of the parade, I believe it was. It went by Madison Square Garden, and Danhausen was in the back
Of course.
advertising Saturday night main events, I believe, or something like that. And then, of course, we got the main event.
Or wait, hold on before you continue. Or maybe Danhausen joins them three, and then he curses Roman Reigns. I don't know. We can do something like
my
that.
goodness.
That'd be pretty cool.
Oh, no. Well, you can't curse Seth. Seth's already getting hurt. Always.
That's true. Don't curse Seth because that
We
will
don't need
definitely happen.
Danhausen's hurt help.
Will definitely happen. All right,
right.
that lackluster main event. Is that the main event? No, I think that maybe opens the. No, it probably is
The main event might be Roman and Jalen in there to end the show happy. I mean, I don't know what the hell they're going to do, honestly. Or maybe it's Danhausen and JD McDonough to end the show so the Knicks can get involved and send the crowd home happy. Again, it's Saturday night.
Danhausen versus
Pay-per-view. It's not
Danhausen. Yeah, New York.
Yeah, it's not a pay-per-view, so they can go around and go there. Or, again, here it is. It is the ring general. I was looking at the poster. So you got WWE champion CM Punk and Cody Rhodes, who will be opponents at SummerSlam, teaming up to take on Gunther and Sami Zayn. Frankie Fresco, I ask you, my friend, what do you predict in
Well,
this
look-
fantastically booked tag team match?
I mean, it feels like it was so rushed. And I guess they just needed to throw another fight in there. But I kind of like it. I kind of like CM Punk and Cody Rhodes versus Gunther and Sammy. I think it's a good little way to start maybe building up a little bit of a feud between Cody and CM Punk. I would hope that's what WWE does, but I don't know. Something tells me that they're probably not. But I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Gunther and Sammy win, and it's because CM Punk and Cody Rhodes are so off because they're like starting like they're not on the same page that one of them causes the other one, and then that's why they lose, and then you now have more of a kind of like a disagreement between these two guys saying, "Look, we lost that match because of you," or I lost that match because of you, whatever. So they could warn with that. So I don't think that's what's gonna happen. I think it's just gonna be CM Punk and CM Punk and Cody winning. But I'm gonna go out on a limb. I'm gonna say Sammy and Gunther win.
All right, I'm even going out on a further limb. I think Nick Aldis gets involved, takes Gunther out of the match. Sammy gets stuck with the two baby faces, but Cody beat down pretty good. CM Punk gets the pin on Sammy. They do the celebration, and I'm going to say CM Punk hoists Cody Rhodes up and hits a GTS on him to end. I'm going to say this is going to be the main event because that's going to end the show with Cody on the ground after GTS with CM Punk just staring over him. They could be like, what the hell is Punk thinking? Well, tune in on Raw Monday night and find out.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty good way to end like Monday Night Raw. So yes, and Saturday night main events are like Monday Night Raws
Yeah.
nowadays. Yeah, that does make
And
sense.
again, I just don't think Gunther and again, your way could work too if it happens during the match and Gunther and Sammy get the pin because CM Punk leaves Cody or vice versa, whatever they want to do. But I think if we're right about Nick Aldis and Gunther, to me it makes sense to all of a sudden out of nowhere Aldis hits the ring and starts battling with Gunther, and then they fight away to where Sammy's by himself, and then the baby faces get the
Or maybe Sammy walks away, and Sammy's like, "Screw this" or something. Something could happen. It's a good way to kind of be able to probably build the
that could be
next fight.
something to where Sammy walks away, gets the count out, so nobody gets pinned. Cody's at the ring rope like he always does, yelling down the thing. He turns around right into CM Punk into a go to sleep, and then that's the show ending.
Could be, man. I mean, they should be able to come up with a fight for Sammy maybe for SummerSlam and Gunther for SummerSlam. If they play
That's
their
my
cards
problem.
right.
Like, I don't know. Do you beat Sammy that quickly after losing the title again? Like if that happens, then Sammy's going back down. He's doing the Braun Breaker route,
Terrible.
coming back down. So we'll see what happens there. All right, Frankie, let them know where they can get you, man. We're over time.
All right, man. Guys can follow me at Frankie Fresco and on all social media platforms on Twitter, X. I keep saying both of them. Facebook, Instagram. What's the other one? TikTok. And then obviously you guys can follow me on all social media platforms. I'll be DJing in all different places. So if you want to come and chill out, if you're interested in the soccer tickets, let me know. Hit me up. And then in the words of El Grande, El Ídolo, how you know?
Look at you. We haven't even talked about Andrade too, man. That dude's he is making the most of this opportunity, and I love it for him. He deserves it. I mean, I know he's had some issues before, but I like where he's at right now. It seems like his headspace is good, so we'll see how it works out from there. You can follow me at SS_Sports Talk on X. I'm Stanley Media House everywhere else, and of course the Stanley Media House Network on YouTube. Check out Frankie Fresco on YouTube. Hit the subscribe to both. Hit the likes. Share out all of the content. We appreciate each and every one of you that tuned in today. Of course, the Trapio. You're all going to be the Trapio to me.
Yeah.
No Doubt was in there. I know I saw Adrian was in there as well. Appreciate you, my man. Chad was in there, the Stanley Media House Maniacs. Let's see what else we got. Me Papa was in as well, and everybody that watched us on either the Frankie Fresco YouTube and X page or the Stanley Media House YouTube channel and or the SS_Sports Talk X. We appreciate each and every one of you. Frankie, any last words before I cut out?
How you know?
In the words of the great Gordon Soley, so long from the sun, shine, state.
The Squad Circle Digest!